Alright, we should be live. Let me check. It looks like we are. I'm just have some sort of ad playing right now on my video, so...
No, I can see that the video is up and live.
Awesome. Perfect. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. I am joined today by NathanX2000. And
Thank you for having me on again.
Always a pleasure to have you on. And today we are going to be having a look very specifically at Warhammer 40k Sisters of Battle comic, issue number 3 by Marvel. And honestly, I've been looking forward to covering this particular comic because, well, the first 2 issues have been solid so far, so I'm actually curious to see where this issue goes. And I will say, if this particular issue goes well, it ends up being as good as the previous 2, I'll pretty much have to at that point recommend the entire series, even if the final 2 issues go downhill. At least the first half of it is solid enough on its own to recommend. And who knows how the next 2 issues are going to end up. But anyways, so Sergeant Shark Saint says hello. Hello, Sergeant. Anyways, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Transcript of Canoness Celine's confession.
I was gonna say just before we jump into the first page.
Okay.
The artwork on the front is very good.
Yep.
That's quite pristine.
I agree.
Has this been the theme throughout all the sister comics? Because I've not read these. So, but how has the series been so far?
It has been legitimately solid so far. It seems to be...
Oh shit.
Yeah, it is legitimately good. Siege says, good evening. Brother Cakiel says, for the Emperor. Indeed, brother, for the Emperor. Alright, so, Bolta, 23 years ago. Transcript of Canoness Celine's confession. It's been long enough that I've actually forgotten who we're voicing, so I guess I can voice this character. I hesitated but a moment.
Canoness Celine, I repeat, what are your orders?
One single moment of flickering doubt. It was enough. We cannot linger any longer, Cassia. Get the artifact to the ship. I will hold it off.
But Sister Superior.
Go! I was the canoness, the commander, yet I failed to understand the dangers surrounding us. I put my trust in the wrong man and was lulled into a false sense of safety. Not the creatures of chaos. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say something, but I'll let you finish.
No, go ahead. All right. I guess I'll carry on.
Yeah.
We owe the success of our mission to Sister Superior Viridian and Battle Sister Cassia, not to me.
Oh wait. No, hang on. I think you missed off the bit off the bottom.
I did? On the bottom... Oh, there... Yeah, I missed that. My fault was not recognizing the peace for what it was. The silence was the thing out of place. Not the betrayal, not the war, not the creatures of chaos. We owe the success of our mission to Sister Superior Viridian and Battle Sister Cassia, not to me. I'll let you
voice her.
Yeah, I'll let you voice her. I'm pretty sure Osmogam was voicing her earlier.
You did not think I would leave you behind, Sister Superior Veridan?
Ah!
Throne? Your eye?
A small price to pay, Cassia. Wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. I owe you. Where are the rest? Where is Canoness Selene? Not only did I fail, but my error in judgment came at a terrible price. 7 of our sisters were slaughtered because of my treachery. My hubris and hesitation claimed their lives. Yes, I might as well pulled the trigger myself. Canoness Selene! Leave me. Let me die with them. No! Your life does not end here. It is not yours to forfeit. You are right, Sister Viridian. I shall seek the Emperor's forgiveness in the darkest places of the night.
Roan, how will we survive this?
I took the oath of penitence on the field of battle. Before the Emperor I have sinned. Side by side, one kill at a time, until there are none left, Sister Cassia. I take it again today, witnessed by the sisters I let down and the order I failed. Beyond forgiveness, beyond forbearance, beyond mercy. I can only pray that I will earn absolution, if not in life, then in death. End of transcript. Okay. Let me read some of the comments here. David Francisco, or Brother Kakil, says, plays Sadukar chanting in the background. I see someone else has seen the new Dune film. David Francisco says, Necromunda Hired Gun has been getting updates today. In the last month, it's getting better. Yes, I did actually see that. Siege says to Brother Kakil, is that in the new one? Yes. Brother Kakil says, yes, the new one. Look up the Sadukar chant on YouTube. It's so alien. Yes, it is. I mean, you're completely right. It is. And Siege agrees. So, yeah, fair enough. All right, so what are your thoughts so far, Nathan?
To be honest, the artwork on the pages is actually phenomenal. Like, I think this is the best comic that I've ever seen pushed out by them so far. But, like the Star Wars one that we last did, this may just be an upturn into a slowly downward spiral. So I'm going to hold off for a little bit.
The Monster of Temple Peak has you worried about how this might go?
I'm just saying, whenever you've brought me onto a stream, the comics seem to be of dubious nature. The further on we go. And one detail I will mention is the fact that we've gone a few pages in already, and we're only now seeing a flamer from the Sister of Battle. Took them long enough.
Yeah. Well, we were seeing it in the first 2 issues as well, though, to be fair.
Okay.
It's been fairly action-packed so far. So, Sisters of Battle. For more than 10,000 years, the living corpse of the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne. The Imperium of Man is beset from every side. Against those besieging forces, the Sisters of Battle hold the line and lead the charge against the distance that would stand against the Emperor. An inquisitorial acolyte has gone missing on the planet Scythia, where it seems a heretical uprising is taking place under the leadership of the mysterious Kriya. Canoness Viridian leads her squad of battle sisters, including novitiate Gita, who hails from this world, deep into the heart of the planet's subterranean mining cities, on a mission to retrieve the acolyte. just off-world Inquisitor Anna and Canada's Preceptor Oris keep a close watch on the mission, even as they try to further decipher the meaning of the situation. But as Viridian and the sisters employed a distraction to get closer to the heart of the city, Sister Superior Cassia took a fatal bolt to the neck, falling into her Canis' arms with her last ounce of strength, feeling she had failed. So that provides a good recap of what has happened so far. Well, in the last issue, anyways. Heresy begets heresy. I think Osmegon was voicing the character on the left there, so I'll let you voice her.
Okay. I cannot stop the bleeding.
Sissia, Subterranean Level 2, now. We have not walked through the fires of hell for you to die by the stray bullet of a traitor, Cassia.
What do we do, Canoness? We might be able to save her if we get her back to the ship.
Heresy begets death. We pray. We pray for the Emperor's grace. 1, 2, 3. God Emperor, who is light, guide me through the darkness. The gentle song flows peacefully from Canada's Viridian.
You okay there, Ace?
Yeah, sorry, I messed that up a little bit. The gentle song flows peacefully from Canada's Viridian.
Also, hang on. We have not walked through the fires of hell for you to die by the stray bullet of a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Has this bullet... Is this the one that the description before mentioned went into her neck?
Yes. Yeah, you can actually see the hole on the armor.
I'm sorry, but what good is praying by the Emperor's grace when this bitch literally has a round going through her neck?
Well, I believe that in the lore, humans are supposedly have some innate psyker abilities or whatever. So, in the lore, through prayer, the Sisters of Battle can accomplish certain miracles, and they attribute it to the Emperor, but it's due to it's due to human characteristics. So prayer does actually technically have some effect. I know they were showing it. I know they were showing it in one of the trailers for Warhammer 40k itself.
Yeah.
So it's not out of universe at this point, I don't think.
I think, to be honest, I think I've been reading too much Star Wars comics with you that I've sort of forgotten some of the 40k stuff.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Let me read some of the comments here. Captain Boo says, "Thou shalt not call thine honored sisters bolter bitches. These ye be the first man to enter orbit without the aid of a ship." Fair enough. Sergeant says, "If she's that damned, should she be in one of those pain mechs for punishing sisters?" I mean, I'm not that familiar on the lore to know what they do in that regard, but it seems to me like she just had that failure of faith at that moment. Orososium says, "I am late. What have I missed?" I've missed the reason to wear helmets. Also, hi, Nathan.
Hello, Uros.
Siege says, "I hope the quality keeps up because it's decent so far." Yes. Alright, so let's now... Sergeant says, "Also the sisters are mad enough so they would think to pray first." That's also true. Alright, so next page. 1, 2, 3. God Emperor, who is light. But inside she is filled with fury. She curses the weakness of humanity. Why do they not resist temptation?
Either. There are battle sisters here, inside the city. They are next to the maintenance tunnel.
Go to the temple.
Me?
Go! Why do they fail? Why do they fall so easily to corruption? 1, 2, 3. Your
Your
grace
grace
is
is
what
what
I seek.
I seek.
Viridian's anger turns into a promise. I will purge this planet of its heresy, Emperor. 1, 2, 3. For he is the
Is the
salvation
salvation
of
all mankind.
The promise echoes in Cassia's heart as she feels the divine light run through her. As she closes her wound, she knows. I believe you're voicing her, so...
Praise the Emperor. Praise his might and forgiveness.
Rise, Sister Superior. Duty awaits. It is not for life she is spared, but for battle. Another debt to be paid.
Behold the power our Emperor wields. Behold the mercy he bestows upon those loyal to him. Repent your sins, citizens. Save your souls. Repent, and you...
And fate is already here to collect.
I feel the next page should just be bum 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 ba da 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 da.
Alright, so we get to read up a little bit on Holy Regalia, the Cerritos Power Armor. Okay?
Actually, so before we continue, I like how this is a bit of a blend between the old art style and the new one.
Okay.
Remember the older editions? When everything was sort of black-white but hazed together with thick blacks.
A little bit, and I've read some of the comics, of course, from the older days, and that shined through there as well. They do actually seem to be combining that, now that you mention it, a little bit with the newer style that Marvel did. And I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel style, but this does seem to be a blend between that and the older stuff, now that you mention it.
Plus, there's also the the warning labels on the front of the bolters and the bolt pistols. I know that was a huge design choice back in the day. They had that shit everywhere. It was almost like everyone was an Iron Warrior. Everyone had those yellow and black warning stripes.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, also on the skull tits. Just to throw that out there.
Yep. Yep, I see.
E-man, I've been turned into power armor.
Generator powering the armor. Wings of the Imperial Aquila. Many sisters wear purity seals to further protect themselves from the taint of the impure and sinful. Each seal is the benediction against the forces of disorder, warpcraft, and mutation, a plea to the Emperor for deliverance from evil. The fleur-de-lis, symbol of the Adeptus Sororitas. The chaplet, I can't even pronounce that.
Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus. A devotional item attached to the string of adamantium beads. Every bead represents acts of humble penitence undertaken by the bearer. In the case of long-serving sisters, a single bead may represent 10, 100, or even 1,000 such acts. Impressive. Of course, this is Warhammer 40k, so...
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and read the top here. The sacred war gear carried by the Sisters of Battle is considered a gift from the God Emperor to his chosen warriors, crafted in the forges of Mars. The Cerritos power armor provides an indomitable degree of protection to its wearer. To master the use of power armor requires extensive experience, so Sisters of Battle conduct both their martial and spiritual duties whilst fully armored. The war gear is equipped with various subsystems that allow the bearer to move through hazardous environments like contaminated atmospheres and even total vacuum. The sacred garb is considered an intrinsic element of the Battle Sisters' faith and is meticulously maintained and regularly blessed with holy oils. The Sabbat pattern helm contains an integral rebreather. The visor provides full spectrum filtering and limited psycho-ocular buffering. Mounting of the fleur-de-lis symbol is an honor normally reserved for those sisters who have performed with exceptional courage and honor. Sister Repentia. Sororitas who fall short of the sisterhood's strict codes of service are stripped of their war gear and cast out from their order. It is a mark of great penance to enter battlefield deprived of the Sororitas power armor. Alright. Brother Kakul says, thick blacks, and he is quoting you, Nathan. Orososium says, power tit, almost as strong as power fist. I'm reminded of that parody that someone made. You remember that boxing movie called $1 Million Baby or whatever from the 2000s?
I think so, yeah. I never saw it, but I know it exists.
Someone did a parody, I forget where it was called $1 Million Boobies or $1 Million Titties, and instead of boxing with her fist, she was boxing with her breasts and knocking people out that way.
I mean, I'm glad that's what you took from that. But from what I took of that was do you know the oh shit. I forget what film it was from. I think it was from Borat, but there was like a Russian lady who was designed to go on a killing spree, and she'd just kill people with her tits. Like, she'd pick it up and just drop it on somebody, and it'd crush things under it.
Now I'm reminded of Austin Powers and the robots that had booby guns.
Fembots with the fembots with the gun tits.
That's now what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Ace, I see you are a man of culture as well.
Alright, so I think Osmogon was voicing her, so I guess I'll let you voice her.
You were born into oh wait, hang on. The temple below the city.
Yeah, the temple below the city.
You were born into chains, into suffering and hunger. With this water, I wash away your pain. You are Milady Kriya, reborn. Let him go. Yes, little dove. A squad of battle sisters. They were at the maintenance tunnel in Precinct 4. Ivor and his men are fighting them now. And you ran here to tell me? Good work, little one. Follow me.
Precinct 4. That is too close. I will deal with them. I will deal with this myself.
You will do no such thing, Oregon. Time is running out. I want you here.
Ivor only had 3 men. He will need help.
Ivor and his men are already dead, my dear. No matter. The city is ours. We have no lack of servants.
Fools! I believe you get the next line there.
We are the Emperor's righteous judgment.
4 down. Infinite to go. Please, do not shoot. We are only trying to escape this wretched place. Siege says, I'm glad that exists. Orsosim says, gives Nathan and Ace monocles. David says, the Japanese makes a lot with missile boobies, and laser cannon titties. Oh god, now I'm reminded of something else.
You tell. Pray tell.
There's an anime, I don't know what it's called, but I did see this particular clip of it where apparently it's one of those anime where some spicy stuff happens in it. And apparently these two women are both trying to are fighting over the fact that they both were trying to seduce the same dude. And one of them brings the other to tears or whatever, and she says, Do you understand just how damaging and how influential your breasts can be to Billy Bob? Do you understand that your breasts are basically torpedoes of seduction? Or some shit like that. They actually compared the boobies to torpedoes, I kid you not.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna have to look that clip up on YouTube now just to see what it says at some point. And the punchline is, this being an anime, and anything can happen in anime, the girl that was being made to cry over this ends up stabbing the girl that insulted her, and she says, while standing over her body, "You dare compare my titties to torpedoes?"
Oh, okay, that's good.
See, just laughing. Yep. Thank you, David. Thank you for reminding me. All right. Rososim says rocket booba. All right. So next page.
How much, Odinus?
3,100, or no, 30,000, or 31,439, 31,440, 31,441.
Is that enough?
31,442, 31,443.
Hungry? Dewdrop? Help yourself. I need precincts 3 to 5.
Yes, milady.
Citizens of Sissia, we are at an impasse. The enemy is at our door and in our midst. It is time to show where your fealty lies.
Alright, so let me read some comments before we go into the next page. DY says, Mazinger has a feminine-looking mecha that has literally boob missiles. Okay. Robert Clock says, just walked into torpedo titties. I'm so jealous. Sergeant says, time to delete my memory again. Alright, so next page.
Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, just quick stupid mention, but I'm not sure if that's a reference or not to Dawn of War Soulstorm.
Oh?
Because the lady basically shouts down the mic, the enemy is at our door, which is what the Force Commander shouts towards the Space Marines during the campaign.
Okay.
It was at Paul Dobson that was like, the enemy is at our door. Sorry, it's just something stupid I remember from the game.
Okay, I found the clip.
Which one? The enemies at our door?
No,
the titty torpedoes.
The torpedoes.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go ahead and share the clip to you guys just so you can have a laugh if you want to on your own free time. There you go. There's the clip. The link is now in live chat. Orososium says, do not delete memory. You must remember, all parts of the body are weapons. So, yeah, there's the link for you guys. But anyways, now let's go ahead and go on to the next page.
Oh god, I've just watched it.
Okay, and
Heck. So this will be me, shouldn't it?
Yep.
There is a squad of battle sisters in Precinct 4. I want them dead. It is the duty of all to hunt them down, seize them, burn them. The reward for success is bountiful, as is the punishment for failure. And battle sisters,
Stand back.
I am sorry you must die today. I'm sorry you will not witness what is to come. Our grand finale. Our birth feast.
Move.
Yo, did they just pull out a fucking autocannon?
Yep.
Then again, when you're fighting the sisters, I don't suppose that's actually quite overkill, is it?
Not really.
And then you've just got the dude on the right charging at them with a machete. No idea what he's doing.
Yeah, to be fair, he's not the only one charging him with melee weapons.
Yeah, but the thing is, at least they got close enough.
That is true.
That dude pulled out a machete half a mile away when they have just got, like, mobile RPGs in their hands.
Sergeant says, good old Chaos Fanatics charging in with butter knives. To be fair, the Fanatics have a reputation of being the Chaos Fanatics have a reputation of being a little bit on the incompetent side, though, when it comes to fighting. So, there is that. Also, I have to wonder if this isn't a reference to the that Judge Dredd movie that came out the previous decade. Because this actually reminds me a little bit of that.
The remake.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, my daddy was a fan of the original, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the movies that he sort of mockingly spits on the ground whenever he speaks about it. He hated it that much.
The remake or the remake, you say?
Yeah, the remake. He hates it.
I actually thoroughly enjoy the remake, but if you're a fan of the original, I could see it not really meshing. Brother Cackle says watching that was a great time. Indeed. All right, so boom. Robert Chalk says, bro, I just followed that link. Dear God.
You have merely been educated by torpedo titties.
Or Associum says, the original movie was great. The remake was meh for me. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so... Novitiate, where to? Left, into the tunnel. So it looks like one of the guys might not have necessarily had a machete. Well, no, that is a different guy. Okay. But, okay, never mind then. The battle is near. Their wait is almost over. She can feel it. Oh, sorry.
I'm just kind of fascinated by the guy on the last page who thinks that covering his ears with his hands is enough noise protection when standing right next to a fucking autogun, that it's gonna do anything.
I mean, it's going to help, but it might not necessarily be enough.
I'm sorry, but it's an autogun. The vibrations are gonna be like... making his brain rotate in his head. It's like gonna be that girthy. What the hell are his hands gonna do?
Well, I will say this. Normally, when it comes to firing firearms, the bulk of the noise is projected outwards because of it being a sound wave. So technically, it's going to be a little bit quieter to the rear. Your ears are still going to ring like hell when firing a firearm, and also with that muzzle brake, it's going to be even louder. The whole point of a muzzle brake is it reduces recoil at the expense of being louder. But yeah, I see your point.
So this is 40k where everything's over the top.
Yeah. Brother Cackle says, speaking of remakes, let's all agree that the new Dune is objectively better than the 84 one.
I ain't seen it yet, so I'm gonna hold off on that opinion.
Well, first of all, we've only seen half of Dune because it's only Dune Part 1. But even then, I will say, and I am actually a fan of the David Lynch film. I will say that. I'm also a fan of the Dune games that were inspired by the David Lynch film. So even then, I do think I can say that yes, the new one is better so far. Yeah, of course, it does remain to be seen how Part 2 turns out, but yeah. Orsosium says, I haven't seen the new one, cannot comment, but I enjoy the original one, so I'll tell you once I watch it. I enjoy the new Dune film. I also, like I said, do enjoy the original as well. Stefan says, running with a heavy bolter. Well, she is maybe doing I think she's doing a rear guard action here, covering for her buddies, but Siege says, I will withhold judgment until I have seen it, which is fair.
Also, a shameless plug, but, well, I suppose it's not shameless because I'm the one that's suggesting it, but Ace, don't you, have a review of the first part of June on your channel that people can watch?
Yes, I do, in fact. I will actually go ahead and, if you want, provide the link to that.
Everyone, go watch that.
It is an audio-only review because of, well, how... We all know how trailers tend to get claimed by major companies, so you can't even really do a review with actual footage these days, sadly, but...
You mean the copyright caliphate, as I call them?
Yes. But I will say this, it is really good at capturing the sheer scale of the Dune universe, so... Brother Cackle says, now I'm not saying that the old one isn't fun, but it is objectively pretty dumb and quite camp. Yeah, the campy can be good too, says Orososium, and he is correct. Umbro says, alright, just joined. How shitty is it? It's actually pretty good. This comic is actually pretty good. The entirety so far of the Warhammer 40k Sisters of Battle comic series is pretty good so far. And this seems to be more of that, in my opinion. What do you think, Nathan?
Well, given all this is the first comic that I've read, the only previous one that I've seen from the... Oh, actually, wait, I'll tell a lie. The previous one that I have seen was the Marnius Calgar one, and that was just...
Ouch.
Oh. But I will say the one you did with Xeris, I forget the title of it, but the dude essentially was just like a batshit dude with flames on his head.
Ah, yes.
I forget what the name of that was.
Yeah.
That was quite good.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. That one was quite good. This is quite good as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one's phenomenal so far.
Alright, so... The battle is near. Their wait is almost over. She can feel it in the air.
What do you think they want, Origin?
They want to stop us, of course.
Oh, Dewdrop. Lost already. I thought you'd hunger for more.
Men fall easily now. It is like wine has grown more potent and the beauty more irresistible. All around her there is delight and pleasure.
Then why send a small squad down here? How would they even know of this place?
I do not know, milady. They have spies, I expect same as us. But she wonders about the men who crave the same as her. Those not tempted by common delights, will they, in the end, yield to her?
Is there something you are not telling me?
Of course not. With your permission, I will prepare the defense of the temple. My men are ready.
Your men? Of course. Do what you must. Oh. Take this. Keep your strength up.
Thank you, milady. 31,486, 31,487.
But they're still fucking counting.
Yep. Or will
Pretty
she...
chill during the battle, isn't he?
Yeah. Or will she have to kill them, too? Alright, so let me read some of the comments here. Umbral says, alright, just joined. Oh, no. Brother Cactus says, Mr. Clean cleans the underhive. That's what was called. Siege says, thanks. I will put that link in my pocket for later. Alright. Thank you, Siege. Orsosium says, Marnius Calgar comic was worthy of playing Russian roulette alone. Yeah. Does anyone else remember how it ended? With Marnius Calgar just one-shotting a Lord of Skulls by ripping his head off?
I remember that bit. I didn't want to. But thank you. Thanks, Ace.
You're welcome.
That last beer in my fridge that I was saving for the weekend. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna down that after this is done, just to try and cope with the pain. I'm now gonna have to go to the shops now because of you.
Well, you could always rewatch Osmogon's reaction to it.
That might just be the medicine I need.
I mean, yeah, poor Osmogon, though.
He had an aneurysm not even an apothecary could fix.
When he came back onto the stream itself, it was almost like a meteorite screaming towards Earth. Is the best way I could describe it.
From all the way where you live, even you felt the vibrations in the air.
Yeah. Sergeant says, playing Star Wars The Old Republic till now, but you get my full attention at this moment. Thank you very much. Alright, so let's go ahead and get back to the comic. I believe you're voicing this character, the first character's line there.
Yeah. What were they thinking, bringing an autocannon down here? They could have brought the entire level down.
Seeking reason in the minds of heretics is a futile exercise, Sister Tedra. Are you sure this is the correct path, novitiate?
We are going down and east, Canoness. But these are the ruins of the ancient city. I have never been down here before.
We are on the right path, Canoness. Oh, that's a character you were going to voice. Never mind. I guess I can continue though. How do you know, Heda? What does it mean?
Here be death.
Fiery Heart, Retribution class battleship. Cecia's orbit. What is heresy, I ask myself? Is it joy? Is it ambulance? If so, the inner city is lost. The acolyte continues. I fears this infection of elation, but I have followed its scent to an expansion development in Precinct 4. We are confident he is referring to this site, where workers searching for a new water source found a hitherto undiscovered part of the city ruins. Attached to the communications were pictograms of the ancient walls. They show remarkably intact carvings written in what we have determined is ancient Urdi language.
Have you been able to decipher the meaning, Sister Marion?
Partially, Canoness Oris. Most of the symbols are elemental components of life, like water, fire, food, death, and so on. I have a list here. But there are more advanced sentences too.
Go on.
Here
please.
Here was the plague of pleasure conceived here, was the folly of man born. We danced in the cradles of sin, and it was our downfall.
Plague of pleasure. Ooh. Is that Slanesh or Nurgle?
That sounds like Slanesh.
But also it says the plague.
Perhaps both a little bit.
Oh wait, hang on. It could be Nurgle. Because remember the start of the comic? It was Nurglings, and they were up against the Great Unclean One.
Ah, okay. Let's see. So Umbral, or let me read some of the comments here. Orososium says, Osmo's suffering. Osmo's suffering. Please, Slanesh, a lot. Umbral says, wait, I got a question. The Sisters Battle do get some modifications done to them, right? Either mechanical or sheer belief in the Emperor, since they do use bolters and armor made for the same stuff as Marine armor, right? And they get taller too, or is that just media portrayal to make them stand out more? Nathan, I think you'd probably be more experienced in this than me. What is the information regarding the what's the lore say about whether or not Sisters of Battle get modifications?
I think the Sisters of Battle do get some modifications, but whether it is on par with the black carapace of a Space Marine, that's what I'm sure of. They do get modifications, because obviously they have the power generators on the back. But as to, again, whether on par with the Space Marines of the black carapace, when you've got the full ceramite sort of armor like a regular Space Marine would be walking around in, I'm not sure. That I might have to look up.
Siege says, Brother Cacul says it's metaphorical, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's just Slanesh. Brother Cacul also says it says yes. So I'm presuming he's responding to Umbral's question there. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so. For these delights are temperate. Here be death. Heed us. Here be death.
Thank you, Sister Marion.
That is all. No maps, no directions. There were dozens of pictograms. Forgive me, Inquisitor. This is all we have translated so far. If Sister Hida were here, the work would... Spare me your excuses. Keep working. I want a report on your progress every half hour. Yes, Inquisitor. Dismissed.
Inquisitor Ander. What do you think is down on that planet?
I have told you everything I know, Canoness.
You are looking for something, Inquisitor. What do you suspect is hidden there?
I suspect everything and nothing, Canoness Oris. The only thing I'm looking for are facts.
We're deploying my forces within the hour. Tell me, am I sending my sisters to their deaths?
I pray not, Canoness Oris. You should pray too. Probably not the best omen, but okay.
Did they just tell a sister of battle to stop praying?
Yep.
Isn't they just like preaching to the choir at that point?
Yeah.
Like that, that's like telling an imperial fish to set up defenses. That's like telling the salamanders to start burning shit on fire or lighting shit on fire. You are telling them to perform more of their fucking gimmick.
Mm. Alright, so let me read some of the comments here before we get through that. Sisters Battle, or Associum says, Sisters of Battle usually get minor modifications, if I remember correctly. Usually the big stuff is bionics if they require deserve it, but then again, I don't 100% remember. Sergeant says, I know what it is. It's the sequel to the Slanesh-Burgle cooperation called Chris Chan. Yep. Heresy, indeed.
I love how he says, don't look him up, he is so disgusting. No, don't worry, we're all men of culture here. We all know who Chris Chan is.
I've actually considered making a shorts video that is just a compilation of me making Chris Chan jokes.
Do it.
Like, I already know some of the ones that I would be making right off the bat.
Did you see that he called himself Jesus Christ in a letter that he released from the prison?
Yes, the patron saint of screwing your own family.
Oh, the church father patron saint for anything nowadays.
Okay, I'm going to tell you one of the jokes I came up with when it came to the Chris Chan thing. So apparently Chris Chan found a website telling him that there were hot single mothers in his area. Unfortunately, Chris Chan failed to realize that they were talking about other people's mothers. Okay, I'm guessing that...
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm not sure if my mic picked up me laughing, but no,
it didn't pick it up.
That's a good one.
I mean, yeah, so that's one of the jokes I will probably, if I do make a Chris Chan joke video, that's one of the ones I will definitely be making. Anyway, so Sergeant says, Nurgle, okay, so Umbral says, alright. Sergeant says, I meant the Plague of Pleasure thing from a few seconds ago. Or Associum says, the word fact from an Inquisitor sounds like a joke, to be honest. That's, yeah.
It does.
DY says, the Inquisition is known for being dickheads. Or Associum says, Nathan said, do it, Ace. I laughed. Or Associum says, wow, Ace. Siege says, if that's a journey you wish to go on, may I suggest you equip a heavy flamer. Indeed. Alright, next page. The smell of sweat and promethium fills the air.
Is that my character?
Yeah, that's one of your characters.
Oh yeah. Thesium, Arizon, and Mars. There must be a water source nearby.
Throne Canoness Viridian, you need to look at this. This must be where they take the prisoners. There must be thousands of people down there. For Novitiate Gita, it is a familiar... For Novitiate Gita, it is familiar. The smell of life, of work, of what was once her home. Look at them. They are terrified. I think you're voicing her as well, right?
These are not fighters. What is the purpose of this?
I do not know. Hostages? Some sort of mass sacrifice, perhaps? Maybe they will send them out as cannon fodder to weaken our morale. Oh, that was supposed to be your line. My bad. In that case, Sister...
Stealing my lines.
Sorry. In that case, Sister Cassia, they deeply underestimate our resolve.
I see they're going for the whole Stalingrad approach and just chuck enough of them at the enemy until they get depressed.
What does it say, Sister Diaglus Helda?
I will not utter the heretic tongue out loud, Canoness, and the translation would be deficient at this stage. I understand the words, but not what they mean.
Explain.
This says, water, fire, death. This, if you are here, you are already lost. This death is not honorable. It is effervescent. Here be death. Here be death.
The meaning seems clear to me, Sister Hedda. Here be blasphemy.
I'm sure she just said death.
Someone is approaching. I do not understand. You are so strong. You have everything. I did not. Why do you fight for someone you have not seen? Why do you fight for yourselves? Why do you not fight for yourselves? We fight for all mankind. Mankind. What is mankind but food for the gods? Your blood, flesh, fury. I will not listen to this heresy. Blam. Okay, that needs to become a meme at some point, and for all the right reasons. Umbral says, speaking of Slanesh, there are so far 2 in-universe ways for Futanari to exist in Star Wars. Also, people want female space marines. How about male sisters? Well, brothers of silence first. Shake my head, stealing his lines. Can't have shit in the Detroit. Well, I've already, like I said, did my video explaining the way that it would actually backfire on the woke crowd. Ursosium says to Umbral, they'll give the excuse that legally speaking within the Imperium, the Church cannot have men-at-arms. You know, lore. Alright, next page. How the gods will feast today. Boom. 1, 2, 3. From the lightning
and the tempest.
1, 2, 3. Our Emperor,
deliver
us. Alright.
Oh, that's a Slaneshi bunch of bitches. So it started off as Nurgle, now it's gone to Slanesh.
Well,
although she did just say how the gods will feast, as in plural.
Yeah, so it could be a mixture of both. Alright, so you got another line there.
Creatures of chaos, Canon S, we cannot win this.
This is what we came for, Hedda. We are his cleansing sword, my sisters. Do not lose your nerve now.
To be continued.
Seed says, okay, heads and stuff, that's enough for me. Robert Chuck says, patron saint of step-siblings. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but okay. Umbral says to Ursosium, you think GW still cares about lore considering the fuckton of retcons and forced inclusion of Erda, or whatever her name? Ursosium says, look at all those chickens. Brother Kakil says, fucking seekers. Ursosium says to Umbral, fuck no, but at this point, anything to enrage people that buys their miniatures. And that argument will piss a lot of people off. But, yeah, so this is the end of the comic. We get to see a preview of the next issue. So, yes, what are your thoughts on this particular comic, Nathan?
I'm actually looking forward to the next one.
Same here. It is once again another solid issue in this solid comic book series so far. It is one that I've been very pleasantly surprised about when I first saw it, and so, yeah, it is definitely a comic book series that I would have to recommend checking out. And thanks to us getting through 3 issues now and officially getting, I guess, halfway through the series, I can recommend this from what we've seen so far. I'm fully committed to recommending the series as a whole.
You see, comics like this, you know, I've seen the argument thrown around a little bit where people that dunk on these sort of comics, like, oh, well, you'll hate anything because Marvel's attached to it, you know, you'll hate anything because, you know, that it's your prerogative to do so. Like, no, we will call out a good comic when it's done professionally, and this and this wholeheartedly deserves kudos for everything from the consistent art style to the detailed art style to the actual believability of the way the characters act.
Agreed. This is a legitimately good comic book, everyone, and it is one I think, and like Nathan said, he's looking forward to the next issue, and so am I. Let me get some of the final comments here. Siege says, I was hoping for a headshot on lady with the heads, but otherwise good stuff. Personal thing. Fair enough. I think that lady was also potentially hinted at in the previous issues. I think that was supposed to be... That might have been, I think, one of the novitiate's childhood friend, maybe, although I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I think that might have been... Yeah. Sergeant says... It is that solid, I think I will think about buying it. Well, I mean, I'm kind of reading it right now, but I will think about it. Yep. Umbral says, tinfoil hat time. The Calgar comic was made to be shit, so the Sisters Battle one looks better by comparison and makes them look better than Space Marines.
So the theory is that Calgar was the scapegoat low bar, so that everything else will seem great in comparison.
I mean, maybe if you would argue in terms of writing, but if you're talking about being overpowered or not, they made Calgar one-shot a Lord of Skulls at the end by ripping its head off.
Remember, that's not Calgar.
Yes, and it's not even Calgar. They killed Calgar off in issue 2 in his own backstory. But this actually... But even then, this is so legitimately good that the writing in this particular comic is so legitimately good that I can't really see this being a product of... I can't really see this being a product of wokeness or anything like that. This is a legitimately good comic for all the right reasons. And it is worth watching and reading for all the right reasons as well. So, yeah. Again, definitely going to be looking forward to reading issues number 4 and 5. And, Nathan, any closing thoughts you've got on it?
I mean, to be honest, nothing that I've already...
Alright.
Nothing I've already not said already. You know, this definitely does seem like an actual promising comic, and thank God that at least the sisters got the treatment what they deserved.
Yep. Siege says, okay, that makes sense. What am I saying? It's been a while since I've said that. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it nice to actually get a comic that is decent for a change? It is very nice. Feels good, man. And like I said, once again, and also again, by the way, Nathan, it's been a pleasure, of course, to have you on once again.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is all mine, Ace.
And I hope that everyone else that has been watching this stream has enjoyed it as much as both of us have been reading the comic here. And with that said, this has been ACE. Nathan, you want to say anything to the...
Sorry, I thought you were still closing off.
Yeah, like...
And this is also been NathanX2000.
And we both hope to see you again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.